Morning Show starts right now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news comes from downtown Jacksonville. You are looking now at what appears to be a new fire that has flared up at the corner of the RISE Doro building that caught fire, you remember, Sunday night. And firefighters have been there ever since, given the risk of collapse and also the risk of what we're seeing here, flare-ups.
We told you that JFRD was going to remain on the scene for this very type of situation. They just now started pouring water on those new flames. You can see the smoke rising from the roof in that right corner that Jen was just describing. They're basically doing it remotely. You see the ladder truck has been extended, the fire hose moving closer to the building. Also worried about the potential for collapse, which is why the firefighters are not getting too close to the building. It is a very tenuous situation. And Jen, there are a lot of questions about this RISE Doro apartment building.
There certainly are. And as we were just watching that video, it looked like that side of that of the building was rocking back and forth, illustrating the concerns about collapse and what happens next in the plan to eventually demolish the RISE Doro apartment complex. City engineers say the building is not structurally safe, and that's fueling concerns about a possible collapse.
And you know, the more water that they pour onto the building, that makes it even more structurally unsafe, which is why the firefighters are going to continue to maintain their distance. News4Jax reporter Ashley Harding is live. And Ashley, as of now, no decisions have been made on actually how they're going to go ahead and demolish this building and when they're going to do it. And they're not going to be able to do it until they get everything under control.
That is absolutely true, Bruce and Jennifer. I do want to mention, I want to give props to my photojournalist, Jesse Hansen. He's actually the one who spotted this. He turned to me and said, "Hey, Ashley, look up. Do you see what I'm seeing?" And sure enough, we could see that smoke. And we actually called JFRD ourselves because we're not actually near any of the crews. This is where they want us to stay far back because of instances just like this one. Safety is the big concern. And as you guys mentioned, they're doing this remotely and they're really attacking that now. You know, the smoke was very, very faint from what we could first see, but then it started to look a lot more solid and more opaque. And you can see they're really going for it now because they want to make sure that everything is safe here. But still, there are so many issues that still need to be sorted out. We know that eventually this is going to need to be at least partially demolished, and safety is the big concern as this moves forward.
Video from Sky 4 gives you an idea of what firefighters had to deal with as they worked to get this massive fire under control. It also gives you a sense of what demolition teams will need to work with.
You've been kind of following this story, what happened downtown?
Yeah, it's been crazy. Everybody's been tuning in, and it's truly a tragedy.
News4Jax reporter Scott Johnson spoke with Greg Davis, who owns the company GarbageMan.com, and it oversees demolition projects. He explained what the likely scenario is at this point.
Once they deem how they can kind of take it down, what will happen is you're going to have a team of excavators coming in and just taking it down piece by piece.
But we've seen something like this before. You may remember the saga of the Berkman Plaza 2, which stood vacant for over a decade after the project was scrapped when the garage collapsed in 2007. A construction worker was killed. After delays, an excavator started taking it apart as part of a demolition. That all stopped once contractors found there were problems with the building structure. That's when crews decided to go with an implosion. The seconds-long implosion became a city spectacle with thousands of people coming to watch.
I'm just going to take you back live here and just show you everything everything that is happening. You can see that they're really, really working hard to get this complete. And you know, one thing we've noticed while we were in that story was that wall is rocking back and forth. And you know, Jen and Bruce, that really speaks to the precarious nature of this because this is not a structurally safe building, and they really need to be careful to make sure that this is done correctly and safely. But we know Jacksonville Fire Rescue, they are professionals. They do an amazing job every day, and they're working at this right now. You know, they've been here throughout the night, you know, really since this all started. They have not left the scene here, and they're continuing to monitor all of this. So I'm going to send it back to you for now, but you see that there's still lots of work to be done to make sure that this is safe. Jen and Bruce?
Actually, as we watch, you can see where they're pouring the water right now inside the structure. And Jen, I think you can corroborate this with me. It looks like there's something that's flapping back and forth. And also, we just saw up on the rooftop that part of the structure had also seemed to be flapping a little bit. And this is very dangerous. This is why they've got 4 roads in and around the area closed as well. Adams Street, Duval, A. Phillips Randolph, and also Bay Street. And you've got businesses in the area that can't reopen as a result.
And of course, the difficult part, as we heard from the fire chief who joined us yesterday on the morning show, is because it is so unsafe, they can't put the firefighters in there to really go to the root cause of where this is and immediately put it out. This is, a matter of, as he mentioned, initially when this started, they really had to break through the top of the roof so that they could at least start penetrating that 6th and 7th floor, since the fire started on the 6th floor. It's not as easy as, as it seems, right? So now they're using essentially remotely a fire hose and trying to, go through a window, an opening there, to try to reach wherever this particular flare-up is occurring. It's just not easy to do, but you got to keep the firefighters safe, which is the ultimate, priority here, certainly in this kind of situation where this was under construction. There was never anybody inside the building, thankfully. But now, as we are just watching, that smoke is continuing to, kind of billow from that corner then of the building. And typically, they tell you if you see white smoke, it's because that the fire is out. That appears to be white is usually the dark smoke, but
you can see it's abating a bit. Yeah, your point is, if it were to be black smoke, it means the fire continues to be fed. It does look like it's abating a little bit, and I can't tell if behind it there's more smoke or if that's just light in the area. You see what I'm talking about? Yeah, I think it's just that one area right now. And, if there's a bit of a breeze out there, that may be just fanning what smoke exists. And they've stopped pouring water on the fire, right? Ashley's down there, as is news photojournalist Jesse Hansen. So we'll continue to monitor this situation and certainly, keep you posted. If you're away from your TV, you can, watch the morning show streaming live right now on news4jax.com. And we'll be in touch with JFRD to get a handle on exactly what's going on.